Hey guys, we are here. It's me, Ultra, Blake. I also have my friend here, Janna. Say hello, Janna, Maverick Mule.
Hey, hello everyone. I'm guest starring.
Yes, she is guesting in this video in which we are basically just going to look through Butch Hartman's, everybody's favorite animator, creator of wonderful animations. I say that both somewhat
The man of
sarcastically
the
and
hour.
not exactly. We are going to look at some of his beautiful art and see what's up with it. Give it a
Yeah.
fair,
Yes, somewhat sarcastically, but also not.
exactly. Give it a fair assessment, if you will. And
Because, I mean, I know from an objective standpoint, like, he has created shows, he is successful. Like,
mhm.
the guy's a legend, but come on, like, the mighty have fallen, I guess. It's what's happening on the internet right now.
Yeah, essentially, people have noticed that along with this character, which we'll cover really quick in a second, his art has gone from, he's a good artist. There's no denying that. He has a cool style, all that stuff.
Yeah, he definitely has, like, a style.
Mm-hmm. But something has happened. He's gotten, I guess it comes off to me like lazy, but I don't know. We'll look at it. But Janna, if you would like, you know some of the points to give context to this man, because we're not just making fun of him for his art. There's reasons for why I
Oh,
feel
yeah, no,
no
you said,
sympathy.
like, cringe stuff, too.
Yeah, if you want to cover that, Janna, feel free. As many points you can. If I think you miss anything, I'll add. But
I mean,
go
I'm
ahead.
not like super deep in the internet drama sphere, but I mean, from what I know, like, okay, so it sucks because I found his YouTube channel, I want to say a few months ago, because I feel like he kind of exploded out of nowhere and became relevant again. So I never watched Fairly Odd Parents, so I wasn't looking for him. I had no reason to find him, but I was like, hey, like this guy's an actual animator. Like he's actually doing like cool art challenges. Like that's content I'm fine with watching generally. And I was like kind of watching along, and then somewhere along the line, like I forgot about him, and then he resurfaced again and I'm just hearing all this stuff about how it's like, oh yeah, man, like 50 years ago, suicide like totally didn't exist, and I'm like, well, I, yeah, I'm doubting that one, for one, and then also just the weird ass like Christian Kickstarter, whatever, which like if you're Christian, no hate, like I don't care really, but when he's charging like $140 for like his wannabe Veggie Tales, that's like 40 minutes of content, I'm like, bro, there's like people way better on YouTube who do that shit for free. Like, like, what? Like, you know, or like you can watch the Fairly Odd Parents for free. If you really want your Butch Hartman, just watch Fairly Odd Parents. You know,
Hmm.
it used to be out for free on Nickelodeon. You don't have to pay $140 for that shit. So I don't know.
Yeah, that covers it pretty well. Just some shitty things like that.
I don't know. I've just known so many more artists who just do work that's objectively so much better. Yeah,
Hmm.
for way less price.
And there's a few other things he
So
thinks.
yeah, I don't know. Let's get into it, I guess.
Yeah, just a few other little things. He thinks his $200 commissions cure autism. He has celebrate. He made really inappropriate jokes about suicide, along with saying it didn't exist in his day, and he owes a few $1,000s to to commission somebody, and he has not paid it, even though he's probably at least near a millionaire. So, or
Oh,
hundred
that's a
thousandaire.
classic
So,
one.
hmm
Yeah,
so there's a lot of shitty things about
probably
him.
millions, but
I'm
no,
sure.
I mean, he made 2 TV shows, but I don't know. I mean, he's definitely successful as far as the art realm goes. So when you're screwing over like your little bros, you know, that are just trying to make it in the art world, it's kind of savage, you know? Not in a good way, not in like a oh, he just burned that guy like kind of savage. Like no, that's actually really shitty kind of savage.
Hmm.
You know, there's a
Yeah.
difference. A lot of people kind of walk the line, but he's just like way out there, and like that's not good savage territory. Like, don't be like that, guys. That's just not cool.
That is, uh, that is unsavage in the good savage way.
It's very unsavage.
All right, Jenna. Well, I think that explains it pretty well.
It's gone past being savage into just being uncool.
Yes, it is
So
horseshit around.
anyway,
Um,
yeah.
all right, so let's take a look at some of his
Let's
art.
get into this.
Yep, let's do it. Let's
Whoa,
fucking
dude,
do it.
wait. Sorry.
Yeah.
Not related. The FBI raided Jake Paul. What?
Oh, they
Not
raided
related,
his
but
home
this is
apparently.
what Twitter wants me to know. What the fuck?
They've done raided Jake
Well,
Paul's
I mean,
home.
about time probably, but anyway.
About time. Fucker had it coming.
We'll like raid Butch Hartman next and find like his, I don't know,
Well, oh my god, it's his stash of even worse art.
worse. You know, he's already kind of painted a bad image of himself. That his autism isn't real posters. I don't know. What would we find in Butch Hartman's home? We don't know. Autism isn't real. He thinks probably thinks coronavirus isn't real.
So we're starting with a good one.
I don't know. Suicide's not real. Okay.
We are starting with a good one. Everybody's favorite. Sonic the Hedgehog. Everybody's favorite character.
I mean,
This image.
I like the fucking anime lines they got going on here, where they just like have a image and then they're just like put like 6,000 lines around it, so you're just overwhelmed with this fucking like sensory overload of like
Lines, motherfucker.
shit just like coming at you.
Yeah. and that godforsaken
So,
face.
It's not his worst. I mean, you know, I'm not alone in that, right?
Yeah, it's not his worst, but I think it's mainly the face.
Yeah.
He does.
It doesn't really look like Sonic. Is my problem with it.
Yeah, that, and it looks like he is going to assault somebody in one way or another. Either way, you can imagine which way I might be referring to, but it looks like he's coming for you. That's all I'm gonna say.
He's coming for your kid.
Oh God, no.
He's coming for your wife. He's coming for your kids. He's coming for you.
FBI raids Sonic's house. So yeah, it's not his worst, but the face is unnerving, and I think the quills look pretty fucking shitty too.
Bitch gonna break down your door. I don't know. Sonic is a little off-putting. I think, yeah, I was gonna say, so this is a pet peeve, but I feel like, you know, Sonic's quills come out of the top of his head and they kind of go down. So from this perspective, you'd see like his one quill and maybe like one or two off to the side kind of next to it, but this almost looks like hair. Like
Yeah.
it's flying off to the side. I don't know. Like I think his quills are more centered on his head and they're not flapping around so much. I don't know. I don't know how to explain that. Like he just
Yeah, that makes sense. I think the way you explain it makes sense.
like he has like a, I don't know, like a mullet.
Sonic
He has a
mullet.
mullet and it's like flying in the wind.
So that was
I don't know. It's not his worst. I'll give him that. It's better than this other shit.
We're gonna see worse. So that was the horror of Sonic.
What was that? What's that one with the hashtag above it?
It's just kind of a basic Superman drawing. It's
See,
nothing
like,
too.
like this is the stuff that bugs me. You know, because like this man can draw. Like
Oh,
he
yeah.
knows how to draw. He just chooses to
Not to.
draw like I don't know, like 6th grade anime look. I don't know. I don't know how to describe it.
It does kind of look
I don't
like
know. I mean,
slightly
I think the
above.
shading on this one is pretty nice, actually.
Yeah, he looks like a slightly more talented, like, teenage anime artist from high school. Kind of. When he does something really, like, not that great.
Yeah, he kind of does. He kind of does. I mean, I don't know. I thought the shading on that one was good. Definitely not the best I've seen on the internet, but good. But a lot of his art does give me that vibe. And I get, you know, you have a style or whatever. Especially if you're drawing for a TV show, you have to keep that style. But it is very, you know, high school anime weeb. That, you know, that one kid that sits in the back corner that you're friends with, who draws like the anime boys. You know, it kind of gives me that vibe. It's like,
I know exactly
you know,
what you're talking
I don't
about.
know. It's like, yeah, we all had that friend. I had that friend too. So no shaming, but. I mean, this guy's what, like, probably like 45, so I don't.
He's 45, and yet he still draws like your weeb friend in high school.
He's like regressed to that friend in high school level. I mean, again, going back to, I've seen better art on DeviantArt. That was probably like $20, but that's fine. I don't like the pants. I really don't like the pants.
The pants.
Yeah, I don't.
They look like super like. They almost look like demented bell bottoms at the bottom. It's like really weird. Like the top is like skin tight and then it goes like weird. I don't like that either. I don't know if that's accurate to the character, but I don't like it either.
Oh. I mean, they look like pants I would draw, and I barely draw people, and I mostly have drawn animals forever, and I'm still working on my clothing, so I feel like maybe not even pants I would draw. I don't know. I feel like if those are pants I drew, I would realize they look... Yeah, I don't know. Because I was saying, so they look almost like pants I would draw, and that's... I mean, I almost never draw people, and I'm not good at drawing clothes, and I think even I would recognize those don't look right. The folds are just all over the place. Like, I don't know. Are these supposed to be baggy pants, or are they supposed to be, like, skin tight? Because if they're skin tight, they're just, like, jutting out and then jutting back in, and, like, all
yeah,
the
it's strange.
places, and then I just don't understand what's happening with it. So, and also the lighting. It's, you know... the top looks fine to me. I mean, it looks fine, but I think the lighting on the pants too, it's like on both sides, and I don't know where the light's supposed to be coming from. So
yeah,
that's kind of distracting.
The white lines for lighting are just
like
everywhere.
When you look at her hair, you can kind of get the idea that, like, okay, like the lighting is on the top. Yeah, like the lighting's on the top of the hair, and then there's shadows under it. Okay.
But then there's light on the bottom of her
then
shoes.
You get to the pants, and it's just like, yeah, exactly.
It's
like,
weird.
Where's the light coming from?
I don't know. It's weird.
He had it going like in the whole top half of the thing, and then just like ditched it.
Basically, yeah.
You know, someone erased his signature and told me like and I'll be generous. I'll say like 10th grader drew this on and posted it on DeviantArt. I'd be like, yeah, that's a pretty good.
Oh, it could especially.
10th grader, okay.
Yeah, and it could especially be a 10th grader because our friend Mr. Hartman also traces shit. As you can see, look at this. That's the original.
Yeah, I was gonna say. Okay.
Like holy
when
crap.
When I said 10th grader, it looked like a 10th grader would draw that, because a lot of 10th graders, you know, you see it and you're like, oh, that's pretty good, but you're realizing like, you know, it's probably kind of referenced from some anime, and you know, when you're 15, that's kind of just, you know, when you see art that looks too good to be true, you assume like, okay, like they probably referenced it, but I didn't want to assume that because I'm like, you know, Butch should be a professional that doesn't need to directly copy lines off of animes, but I guess I get proven wrong. So yeah, he's the ultimate 10th grader deviant artist. That's like
the ultimate.
his spirit animal he's channeling that, I guess. Because I don't know. I think if you erased his signature, showed me the comparison, I'd say like, oh yeah, that's like a pretty decent, you know, 15-year-old. Like, not bad for that age. Good job. When you're a 45-year-old man who made 2 TV shows, it's a little less impressive. I don't know.
A little.
Which I don't want to discourage. If you're 15 and you draw like that, you know what? That's not bad. Keep going.
Though.
You'll turn out. You're already better than Butch Hartman, so don't worry about it.
Hell yeah! But if you trace, that's fine. Just don't post that like Butch Hartman does. Just don't.
Butch Hartman be like, "Hey guys, I posted my my furry adoptables from my traced base. Please share. I'm selling them for $400 a piece. My adoptables. I'm posting them here. You can also use DA points. That's the thing."
And some poor sap spent $200 on this.
Yeah. As you can tell, I browsed DeviantArt a fair bit when I was 14 too. So I don't know. Maybe, you know, I don't know. Maybe just wants to relive that phase. I don't know.
So this one. Okay. So the Danny Phantom is okay.
What?
But this is just a transparent image of Kim that he slapped on top. He didn't even draw it.
No, that's definitely from the show.
Yes.
I can see, I don't know. I feel like his fans would have wanted him to draw Kim in his style, but this is just clearly from the show. And Danny Phantom looks like he drew it in his style, but except he doesn't look like the TV show. And he's the one that made the TV show, so now I'm just confused.
I don't understand.
I don't either. Again, the shading, the light looks like it's coming from the top right? Because his hair.
Yes.
But then you look at his chin and it's just, I mean, okay, I guess like reflected light is a thing, but like his bottom left side of his chin is like fucking fluorescent white.
Yeah, I didn't even notice
but
that.
But then there's shadows on the top of... I just don't.
Shouldn't the light, if it's coming from the bottom, shouldn't it hit the other side of his chin? Why is that pitch black and that side is pure white. I don't.
But, no, okay.
I don't get it.
Butch Hartman be like, there's lighting coming from everywhere. It's the angels here to cure his autism because Danny Phantom has autism, and the fucking power of the Lord is fucking curing this bitch right now. And the lighting is just coming from everywhere because these angels just enveloping him in God's love right now, guys. This is live on camera. Danny Phantom cured of crippling autism, guys. Well, you saw it here first, guys. Good job.
Look, guys, look, he's being cured of his crippling autism.
That's the only explanation I can think of because all his thumbnail just like a bunch of red arrows pointing to him, like Danny Phantom cured crippling autism, crippling anxiety, cured by the power of the Lord, guys. Right here, you saw it first.
You can see the ring around him.
The lighting. Okay, so the lighting is everywhere, but it's not on his ear. Yeah, it's just a ring around him, but not on his ear.
Kinda not on his hair.
Not
sorta.
on the other side of his chin, but on both sides of his body.
And then
yeah, it's not on his hair. It's just triggered me. I don't know.
Why in his stomach? I didn't even notice the white on his chin, but I noticed that.
It looks like shading I would do when I was like 16. I'm not trying to be mean. I'm just.
Why is his stomach look like it's just like why is that just a black splotch?
Black?
For no reason. Like I understand under his like
know.
armpit, but like his stomach's just black for some reason.
I honestly think it would just look better if he just didn't shade any of it. Like if he didn't shade any of it and just did flat colors, I'd be like, yeah, that looks like Danny Phantom.
It would also.
That looks like the TV show. Like that looks legit. Like the lines aren't bad. It has, character. Like I like how he draws. It has an expressive face. The hands look like cartoon hands. They don't look wonky and weird, and hands are hard to draw, so like that's fine. But then he shaded it, and it went from like, actually looking like a real professional cartoonist to looking like 16-year-old DeviantArt portfolio. I don't know. Like that's literally how I would shade hair when I'm 16. Like I'm not exaggerating.
Yeah, I could see that. It looks like very basic marker strokes, basically. Yeah, it's. And if he was flat,
you're just the shading's like on the bottom of the hair, and these are the pieces of the hair, I guess. So there you go.
Yeah.
I don't know.
And it's one thing that he used a transparent JPEG.
The hair I don't like the most, and the chin and the face. I think the body, yeah, I don't know.
It'd be one thing. It's one thing that he used a transparent JPEG of Kim.
Also, the fucking black shadows, especially under his chin. Oh yeah. Yeah, Kim doesn't look at all like.
Well, yeah, if he was flatly shaded, it'd at least make more
style
sense.
That he has there, so that's also because he's got like the colored line. She's got like the colored lines, very clear, like color and shading, and then his is just like bright, black lines, and then like white ass line for his chin randomly in black. Black ass shadow randomly, and I'm just like, oh, whiplash. Okay.
I do not
Let's see, nail art Elsa.
I do not.
Has no neck.
Yeah, she looks like a fucking half gremlin. Why is her face is so scrunched up as well? It's what? Like it looks like there should be a double chin here.
So
like
it's hard
she's
because
like
I know Butch
has a fat face or something. I don't like this one.
So I was gonna say, so Butch has a style, which makes it hard to, judge. Maybe it doesn't look that different from like Timmy Turner. I don't know. I'm not super familiar with this stuff, but her eyes are like on the side of her face. Like her eyes fucking creeping off the side of her face right now. I don't know. I mean, just imagine if you saw a human like that. Like you're just looking at him head on, fucking huge ass bulbous eye, like fucking jutting out of their temple bone. I don't know. Tiny ass lips, tiny ass nose, huge ass bulbous eye.
And that can be done well. It looks a little strange here.
Okay, it's a look, I guess. I don't know. She has like a fat face, which canonically
Canonically.
Elsa seemed like pretty normal weight to me. She just has like a chubby face and no neck, and then like tiny body. I don't know.
Yeah.
That's a look.
It is indeed a look.
It's a look. Although the clothing looks better. It looks better than. Okay, that's bad.
What the? What am I looking at? What is this hellscape of colors? But what are these? Oh, it's a commission, I guess. So it's probably some OCs or something. But
it's when you first find out where like the blur tool is and the Photoshop brushes. I feel like everyone who gets Photoshop when they're like a teen, they totally just did the cookie cutter brushes like right over it and didn't like do anything. And so this is kind of the same vibes I'm getting, where it's just like random colors, then use blur tool, then use, you know, I can't think of the word, but you know, like the color, like almost like a lens flare, but it's like with colors. And he just did a bunch of those, and like, there's a time and place for a simple background, but there's just already like so much
Yeah, the background
going
is.
on. Do we really need like the blue and the green and the orange and the yellow colors?
The background is pain.
It also
looks like a piss puddle in the background, in the very middle.
yeah, and it doesn't really tie it together. Like this color palette, yeah, this color palette's so all over the place. Like nothing feels like it's in the same drawing. You just have, you know, this guy on the bottom left. I feel like if he took out all the yellow and green and shit in the background and just had that guy on the bottom left and like had the blue background with like the blue like orb things, I think that would look pretty fine. Like
But with all four
has some kind of
characters,
unifying, you know, almost like a deep sea vibe, like blues and purples. Then you got this shit. You got this Boy Scout kid here, bright ass yellow goggles. It doesn't match with like, anything else in here. The bright ass orange like right behind him. And then just like,
and just wait.
So he clashes already. Then you got Madam Finding Nemo like flame hair up here with like the bright ass red. It just like also does red and green in her hair. So she has red and green over here. The background also clashes. It just sort of is like blues and oranges. I don't. What is he? What is? You know, like blue with like a little bit of like orange as an accent will be fine, but this is like
visual
bright
hell.
Blue and purple here, and then like bright ass yellow, and then green, and then red and green. It's too much.
Yeah.
And it was so unnecessary. I don't know. That's a lot.
Also, the character on the bottom right, the like Boy Scout with the goggles, is that a helmet or hair?
Boy Scout.
What the hell? Like, I can't. Can you tell if that's a helmet or hair? I'm very confused because
That's
it
a
looks.
good point. I don't know how.
It looks hard on the top. There's like a little thing like you'd see on a hard hat. It has a hard edge on the right, but then it becomes hair in the back.
It's like
I don't know what I'm looking at.
He's coming back with like the fucking black shadows, like the black ass shadows. And I don't know, like when you're doing line art or something, you know, having some dark shadow, like having it really pop, you know, when you're doing only black and white is fine. But when you're like coloring, this style, it just doesn't. He should have done this, you know, like the side of his face is like a darker version of his skin tone. That makes sense. But then you go to the shadows on his helmet hair.
That too. Why are they so dark?
Black.
Yeah.
You know. Yeah, it's like so dark, and you know, you gotta pick one. Like either you're going super black and white cartoon, or you're going for like you're trying to actually shade and paint realistically, which you're not gonna find any black shadows if you're trying to color realistically. Like you could see he tried to do that. I feel like the goggles, the inside of the goggles, he's like, okay, he's like, I got different shades of like this metal, and he tried to shade it, and then you look at his hair, and it's just like it either green or fucking black, dark as hell. Bottom pits of the earth black, and it just doesn't meld at all. I don't know.
Well, I also looking at the entire drawing now.
I think the only place where I could kind of see what the black would be, like I said, is on the goggles, but even that's pushed me.
Other than little spots like under legs and stuff, that helmet area is the only spot with tons of like black. It really stands out.
Yeah, exactly. And I could kind of get it a little bit, like I said, on the goggles too, because that is a spot where there'd be pretty low light, and you know it is metal, it's highly reflective, so you're gonna get that high contrast
if
areas.
it's metal.
But the rest of it, I'm like, yeah, is he wearing
the goggles?
He almost looks like he's wearing like a shell of
Yeah.
a sea creature on his head, and it's just like the fucking black pits of hell underneath. I don't know. So that's weird.
Is this real?
Whoa, I feel like I got assaulted.
What the
I just feel like I got assaulted. He's fucking.
It says
like,
Butch.
bursting out of the screen, man.
I think this is real. Yeah, is it? I can't tell. I think.
That's like worse.
Wow.
He should just not color
so-
them. It would almost look okay if he didn't color it.
More fucking.
Because I could see what he was trying to.
More fucking colored circles, and nothing else. Freaking bright ass lens flare in the background.
God.
everyone has the same kind of like, well, everyone but Steven has like the same like
Dude.
angry expression going on, except for this one, which is looking a little weird here.
No, it reminds me of when I was like 15 and I first downloaded GIMP, you know, and you're first trying like, you know, all these digital art programs, like trying like the shitty, you know, free DeviantArt program that they have, you're trying GIMP, you know, it's me sitting there like, whoa, I can do like paint splatter colors and like lens flares. Let's add like 6 of them.
Yeah,
exactly 6. It'll look great, guys.
it's the same length lens flare. Like I saw this one first, but then there's this one, and it just like cuts through his body, and then with no lighting difference, it just is a line. And then it's here as well. Like actually, this time it's behind the character, so it looks a little better. But especially this one, that looks terrible. That does not look professional at all. Also, that this
it gets even lazier. Sorry, keep going.
I was gonna say, and this is a flying motion with arms, apparently. Does that indicate flying to you? In any way?
What is up with her far hand? I don't know. I don't... Although I hate Steven's hand.
Ugh. Yeah. Ugh.
The one close to you, it's, oh gosh, the shading is like horrible.
It looks like he just...
The hand in general is like really not good. God, I can get what he was going for, but the shading like just literally ruins it.
Also, I like the Hulk teeth.
It's like when you're like in middle school and you're trying to learn to draw like spheres and they tell you to shade it.
The lighting looks like he grabbed, or he like fell into like a pile of shit and his hand hit it, but he had to like go fight crime anyways, so he had to fly out anyways. It looks kind of like shit or something. Also, his toe looks like it's falling off, or like that part of his sandal here is like having a hard time. Also, there's random... Wait, why is everything...
Oh gosh. I mean,
Why is the shading all like pure, like piss yellow as well? Or I might be getting the color wrong, but that doesn't look right.
I guess he was going for... I guess he was going for like a yellow light, but it's still just all over the place. Like... You know, it's on the top side of all his fingers, but then his thumb has it just everywhere. And his hair, okay, like his hair I could get, and then his pant leg has it on both sides again, and I just can't tell where the light is really like coming from. Like I get what he was going for. It's like a dynamic composition. He got like the strong lighting, but I just can't tell, like, it's not translate, and especially, what is that, Garnet? I don't know, I don't fucking watch Steven Universe. I don't know. It's just an orb around her hair, and around, like, he just traced all of her with yellow without thinking of, like, where to actually put it. I don't know. So that's off-putting. I hate
his lighting. It's so bad. It's just everywhere.
Like, you gotta really, like, think about where you, like, put your colors.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he just, like, and that also ruins it to an extent, because that stuff is used best in moderation. Like, you're gonna be like, look, here's this strong ass light, like right here, like focused. And it's like, yeah, like that pops out, and there are
like it should be coming from the...
who can do that, and it looks fucking badass. But this is just like, he just traced everything in yellow.
Yeah,
I don't know.
It was all traced in piss.
Oh.
It should be coming from like this back lens flare. Like, it already looks shitty, but why not have that be the light source? Or something. I don't know.
Yeah, I know.
Have a
or
light
something.
source.
It almost looked like it's coming from the front.
What?
And I think the lens flare thing, it gets worse once you realize, like, if you've ever installed GIMP, just how lazy it is, because you can literally just insert one anywhere, and it doesn't take any effort. So I don't know. I don't know what this is. Puke Monster with SpongeBob. With Danny Phantom, who thankfully is not covered in, what was it, like black and yellow? I don't know. Whatever was going on last time, he looks better. It looks better. It's an improvement.
A little bit. Mm-hmm.
Improvement.
Wait.
I don't know.
Oh.
He does this stupid anime thing where, like, their hair is in the way of their eyebrows, but they still want the character to emote, so they still draw their eyebrows. He has that vibe going on, but with the fucking fingers, I don't know why he decided that we still needed to see the fingers, but it's just like, I guess because he's a ghost, but it still looks bad. His fingers are just, why did they have it like?
I don't know. This one's not the
Just
worst,
looks awkward.
but
Just have the fingers in front of the ghost, or yeah, I don't know. I mean, SpongeBob looks so.
Yeah, he looks like the Bob
Okay,
Sponge.
I don't actually. Actually, I don't think I have any problem with how SpongeBob, because you can tell, okay, like the light is coming from the bottom left. You didn't overdo it. There's like a little white bit of reflected light, like, you know, down there, but it's not like fucking gouging your eyes out, assaulting you immediately, you know? It's just like mostly flat colors, which I think is what he's good at. He has like a little bit of lighting, like, has an expressive face. He actually kind of looks like the character, so I mean, SpongeBob's looking good. I don't know why he's drawing SpongeBob better than half of his own characters in these, but okay.
Yeah,
I don't like
that one's not too bad.
Puke monster at all, but that's fine. It's just like, it's better. I don't know. I feel bad. I don't want to trash others' art. I think it's just the fact that he builds himself up so much, because it's like, he is a professional artist and he should have a career. You know, he's made TV shows, like, he should really know his shit, but it's just the fact that much of the stuff, it's like, I've seen much better stuff off DeviantArt from people who are like 22, who are like insanely good and insanely underrepresented and should probably be getting like way more money than they're getting, and they aren't. And so it just feels like just real cheap. I don't know.
No, I agree. But are you familiar at all with like Avatar, Legend of Korra at all? Even remotely?
Yeah, somewhat, yeah.
Okay.
I haven't watched Korra. I watched the original Last Airbender. Not when it first came out like 10 years ago. I want to say I watched it when it was on Netflix.
Do you at least know what Korra looks like?
Yeah, I do. And that does not look like her.
Look. Yes.
I'm just saying.
This. What do you say with a wig? What?
It looks like Sokka with a
Oh,
wig.
yes, it does.
Sokka.
Yeah.
Am I wrong?
No, you're right. It looks like that, or it looks like the Chad meme, but with a wig, or something like that. Because the chin is so like hyper like strong, commandly like chin.
No, I was gonna say. I'm not even a human anatomy expert. That jawline is way too strong.
Something really disturbs me about how this arm, although it kind of looks backwards or bent or something, looks like he kind of went for a realistic arm, and then this one's just straight lines, and then a teeny tiny little like wrist here. It doesn't look like it's on the same like. It doesn't look right. Like what? Why is this semi-realistic like muscles here, and then it just? You see what I see? It looks very strange.
Yeah, the fist definitely looks. It looks backwards. I don't know. It's hard to explain. It does look wonky, and I think I don't know. Yeah, they definitely don't look alike. I get that. I don't know. I just can't believe he's telling me this. She's what, teenager? I don't know. This dainty teen cis girl is just packing this fucking huge ass like adult man jawline. I don't.
Yeah. The sound I imagine coming from her is "Ah!" or something. It looks. I don't know. And also.
Oh God, no, I can't. Imagine any teen girl with a fucking jaw like that.
And it would seem that she's using her water bending to send this other character into the realm, the piss realm. The piss in the toilet bowl realm, because there's some blue and piss yellow. And okay. I just noticed this yellow like piss flare coming from her fist for no reason. Why?
Her fist is piss? I don't know.
It's pissed. We're gonna represent it literally with a generic lens flare that I found in GIMP.
The fist of pissed. She's so goddamn pissed that she's fucking peeing out of her fist right now.
The light of pee is emanating from her fist.
Being enlightened by this fucking pee. May the light of the pee. Which I'm gonna say right now. Wait a second. I'm gonna say she's real fucking dehydrated. If her pee is that color, this bitch is a waterbender and she can't even drink enough water. Like the fuck is wrong with her? Bitch, if your pee is looking like that, you need to go to a doctor. Unless have you just not been drinking for like 6 days?
She has to use all the water she would be drinking for her attacks.
I guess. Like Jesus Christ.
Also, I particularly hate this one.
They never covered on that up in the series, like Katara like peeing like brown urine because she used all her water.
Oh God. But I particularly.
Is that a gun or is that a drill?
It looks actually like a hot glue gun to me.
Is this like a Home Depot advert?
I have hot glue.
It's like a Home Depot advert. They're like, fix it yourself. Look at this go-getter woman holding her fucking hot glue gun. I don't know.
I think that's supposed to be a guy. This is what the character's supposed to look like.
Badass woman holding her. Whoa. I don't even know who that is.
Look at the difference.
Way more badass.
So that's what the gun's supposed to look like.
Anime, whatever it is.
There's more.
Okay, well, so that's already a 0 for resemblance. I think it's a pistol with a muffler, and that looks like a fucking Joann's Craft Store, like $26.99.
I found this for $26.99.
Like home decoration. I don't know. It was on sale. I got it with my coupon.
I do not.
I'll take it to my crochet night.
For one.
Literally like assassin versus craft mom. This is the vibes I'm getting. Also, clothing. Do we have to have another clothing talk? Another pants talk?
Sure, pants talk. I like pants talk.
Pants talk. Why?
Just why?
Why? That's all I'm gonna say for pants talk too.
They look fine in the anime.
Why? I don't know. I feel like with clothes, like less is more. Like you can see, they didn't do too much in terms of the contours. You know, there's like little bumps and ruffles here and there. There's like shading, and it's clear and focused. But when you look at Butch's version, go back to Butch's version.
Yeah.
Oh god, it's like jutting in and jutting out, bright ass white light on it,
and
bright ass like dark.
I know this character.
Shadow.
I know this character's always really thin, but his leg, that leg looks okay, but this little spot looks like a fucking, like a popsicle stick. It doesn't look like the rest of the leg at all. Like this little spot.
Okay.
It's so
pro
thin.
Tip. If your knee, if your thigh is thinner than your knee, you need to like see help, because you're either like on the verge of death or like a concentration camp victim, and I'm concerned. Like that's literally what I remember being. I had to read the book 1984, and they mentioned that at one point. Like he was so starved from torture that his thigh was like thinner than his knee, and so now I'm just like, if this is, or maybe I guess this is opposite. I don't know. If your leg is like bony and contoured like that, like please see a doctor. Like you're probably very underweight and need treatment.
Also, a few other.
So, I'm just gonna leave that there. But then the torso looks normal. Sorry, keep going.
So I'm noticing more things that are fucked up. So, okay, for one, his face is like a triangle kind of situation going. Also, his nose is like a little longer, where this is like a weird, like, he loves his chins that are like sculpted chins. He loves those. Also,
is this character supposed to be a guy, a girl, or neither? Because I can't even tell.
I think it's a guy.
I can't even tell because it looks like a very thin like guy, but then his almost looks like it has like the strong jawline, but then like the
let me look at
very thin figure. And I'm not trying to be like sexist or weird, but you know, there's like certain features that kind of make you think one way or the other. So, and he's just like kind of all over the place.
So human. I mean, not human. Male. Yeah, I'm assuming that transforms or something. It looks like a male, though. It looks like. So also, I also noticed this arm. Is this a connection of his hair, or is his arm going beyond his torso? Right here. It just kind of melts together.
Like his shoulder.
It just.
It looks like it's just his shoulder connecting with his chest.
Yeah, I guess so. I guess it's not too bad, but it just kind of blends.
As much of a problem. I mean, it's very like sharp shoulder, but I don't know. The hair also looks very. It's how 16-year-old me would draw hair. I don't know. It's very like the actual character is like very thin and like defined strands. His is just like kind of shaggy, just all over the place. It's kind of a mess. I don't know.
The hair also goes down to almost his knees in the anime.
What the fuck is in that background? Is that a centaur?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
but almost to his.
What is this?
I mean, I know nothing about Hunter x
What is
Hunter.
this centaur in the background? Can some Hunter times Hunter fan explain this? I don't know.
So his hair also goes down to his knees in
Random
the
dead
anime,
centaur that I didn't notice. It's a little strange.
and then it goes only down to his ass in this. So he also fucked up where the hair goes. So that's cool.
Yeah, he's going with like the overshading again too. He's going down to his thin anorexic knees. Whoa. Let's not even unpack that one. Okay.
Let's go return to the fart piss realm.
Well, it's not horrible. I don't like the background.
Yeah. The
I
back
don't like the background.
and the lighting on Luigi again with the frickin' white everywhere for no reason. I don't.
Yeah, at least it's more subtle. At least it's not fucking
Yeah.
exploding in your face. It's a bit more unified, but yeah, I don't like the all of his backgrounds look like he just found the blur tool on paint tool side, which again is something I did when I was 16. I don't, I can't imagine how we got this far and like didn't grow past these things. I don't know. This looks. I don't know where to unpack it.
This is another Hunter x Hunter one, and I don't know what it is. I've seen the design of the real character. He looks fine. I hate this though, and I don't know how to explain.
I don't know.
I just hate it. I don't like it. It does not look good.
I don't like the face. His face doesn't look like. I don't know. It looks almost like. I can't explain it. I don't know. I don't like the face, and the fucking yellow on the side of the thing is driving me nuts again. Because it's what. Make up your mind. I don't. Is the yellow. Is the light the same yellow as and that's just flooding the background? If so, why isn't there more yellow on them? If there's just this giant yellow amorphous fucking apparently light source blob in the background. You'd think it'd be all over them, but it's only on that side of the table. So is there just a bright ass yellow light to the right and directly under the table that's not casting on the fishbowl, that's not casting anywhere else, but it's unrelated to this piss cloud in the background? I don't know what's happening. He should have picked like green or something, like a green background would tie in with the character. What is this bright ass yellow? And it has no like none of his backgrounds have any definition, which like, okay, simple backgrounds, yeah, that's the thing to do, but I'm almost convinced he couldn't do a real background if he wanted to, because they're all just
piss
blobs that he just draws and then does like the blur tool or Photoshop brush and then just leaves it.
He pissed into a paint spray can bottle and then sprayed the background, and he's like, done. Also, yes.
He did spray paint in the background. He just did like 3 strokes with a airbrush, and then just left it, and then just drew on top of it. That's it.
Also, I love how you mentioned all the yellow everywhere that comes from God knows where, and then for no reason just white lighting on the eyebrows, because that doesn't match at all. Why? Why is it white instead of yellow when everything else is colored yellow?
I didn't even notice that because there's so much shit to pick out of like all of these. And his hair is just like flat.
Yeah, it's not shaded beyond
it's just like spikes.
Piss.
And then the yellow is on like the back edge of the spike. So I'm like, is the yellow coming from the back edge of the table, or is it coming from directly behind his hair and just shining at an angle on his paper thin hair? I don't understand. Already getting lots of visual cues.
Also, why?
And this is why he just needs to pick a thing.
Yes, and do it more subtly as well. But why are his pupils shaded? Why? Do you see what I'm seeing? Like, this pupil is darker, like he colored over it on accident and then forgot to like clear it up, because this eye is clearer, and this one looks like he like put something of a transparent color over it, and then just said fuck it, because there's like a layer of like translucent green here where it's not on that one. Do you see what I'm seeing?
No, I 100% see that. I think he fucked up his layers and just didn't bother to fix it.
I wouldn't be shocked.
I don't know. It also looks like eyes that I was told would draw when I was figuring out how to shade. Because, like, okay, I get it. Like,
The more I look at this, the more I hate
think
it.
the whole thing with his art is he needs to just pick. Like, clearly he can draw cartoony figures, and he could even flat shade them, and it would look fine. But then he tries to shade them, and he just picks styles that don't work together. Like, if you took that image of that fishbowl, cut it out, and remove the piss background and the weird shit with this kid holding, like, if you remove all that shit, and it was just the fishbowl on the table, and maybe get rid of the yellow lighting, like, I would say, oh, that looks good. Like, that looks fine. It's a style. There's nothing wrong with it. It just, like, clashes so much with all the other shit. So then he's trying to, like, realistically shade the eyes, which, like, yes, eyes are shaded.
It doesn't
like,
look good though.
For one, the lighting's kind of in the wrong spot. Like, it would be darker on the top of the iris, because that's kind of, you know, your eyelid hangs down, like, it's more shaded generally. You know, and probably lighter. Like, there is shading on the eyes. It just looks like he did it halfway and then stopped, because he either, you know, I don't know, you either need to, like, flat color it and do, like, very clear cell shading, or, like, go full-blown realistic, and he's just kind of doing neither, and it just kind of looks lazy. I don't know.
Yeah, no, I see what you're saying. It does clash really bad.
It all clashes. Like, he just has, like, flat cartoony hair with flat shading, with halfway realistic shaded eyes that aren't painted all the way. Yeah, it's too much.